peace, gratitude, and highest heart love. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Animal Speak. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel. The great Ted Andrews did us so many favors with this book, and that's why I'm taking my time with it with you guys that are reading along, all of you that are watching the coming about of this reading. We are now at a part of my native name. Shouts out to Monmouth University Hawks, alma mater in New Jersey. The Hawks, champions. And that's where we pick up at. Page 152 at the top. Here we go. Hawks. From Animal Speak in Chapter 10 by Ted Andrews. Keynote. Visionary power and guardianship. Cycle of power. Spring and fall equinoxes. New moon. Hawks are one of the most intriguing and mystical of the birds of prey. They are the messengers, the protectors of the birds of prey. They are the messengers, the protectors, and the visionaries of the air. Hawks and owls have the keenest eyes of all raptors. Hawks vary in size, appearance, and environments. There are so many different species that it is sometimes difficult to tell them apart. There are marsh hawks, forest hawks, and sea hawks, and prairie hawks. The environment in which your hawk is found will tell you much about its energies and are likely to manifest within your life. Even when people cannot tell one hawk from another, they can recognize it is a member of the hawk family. All hawks are impressive and stir the imagination. Their hunting ability, their eyesight, and their powerful flights and other behaviors are dynamic symbols. In most raptors, the colors of the male and female of the same species are very similar. It is almost always the female who is larger though. This has much to do with the fact that the mother guards the nest. Many hawks mate for life, and red-tailed hawk being one example. The length of time that mated birds stay together is often determined by the number of seasons they spend raising the young. An examination of the specific species of the hawk and its behaviors will reveal much. For example, an osprey is sometimes referred to as a fish hawk based upon its primary diet. This magnificent bird is often mistaken for an eagle because of its nearly all-white head, but it is only a large hawk that is clear white underneath. It is most numerous in coastal regions, as if its white breast reflects the white foam of the waters in which it hunts. Other examples are the Cooper's hawk, the goshawk, and the sharp-shined hawk who feed frequently on other birds. Although they eat rodents and such, most of their food is feathered. This reflects the old idea that what you eat, you become. We do not have the space to explore all the characteristics of every hawk, but we will examine one species more closely. That species is the most numerous member of the hawk family, and the red-tailed. Yes, I love this one. That's part of my native name. So that's why I was thinking, peace everyone, thank you for the likes and subs. We're reading The Hawk in Animal Speak, Ted Andrews. The red tail is very symbolic. It has ties to the Kundalini, the seat of the primal life force. In the human body, it is associated with the base chakra, located at the base of the spine, the coccyx, or tailbone. Those who have the red-tailed hawk as a totem will be working with the Kundalini. It can also reflect that this bird becomes a totem in your life only after the Kundalini has been activated. It can also reflect that the childhood visions are becoming empowered and fulfilled. It may pop up as a totem at that point in your life where you begin to move toward your soul purpose more dynamically. The red-tailed hawk is a member of the Buteo family, or the group of soaring hawks. The ability to soar and glide upon the currents is part of what hawk can teach. Although it is part of this species, it is most often seen perched on treetops and utility posts, using its phenomenal eyesight to locate prey. It teaches how to fly great heights while still keeping your feet on the ground. Hawks are occasionally harassed and attacked by smaller birds. This is very significant for those who of you who have a hawk as a totem. It indicates that there are likely to be attacks by people who won't understand you or the varied and different uses of your creative energy. They may attack your ability to soar. The red-tailed hawk is usually a permanent resident in the area, although occasionally it may migrate. This permanency reflects that as a totem, this hawk will be with you permanently once it shows up. Although incorrectly called a chicken hawk, the red tail feeds mostly on rabbits, rodents, and snakes. It has an adaptable diet, which has helped it to survive. The red tail was often accused of and shot for killing chickens, when in reality it was one of the bird hawks, such as the Cooper's hawk. It is generally accepted that red tails mate for life. Both the male and female help care for the young. 2 to 3 eggs are laid in the spring. They vigorously defend their nest against any intruders. They cling to their home territories for years, and they can live up to 14 years in the wild. This 14 number is significant. The 14th card of the tarot deck is the card of temperance. This is the card that represents the teaching of higher expressions of psychism and vision. It can be used in the development of astral projection and new flights out of the body. It has ties to the activation of your vital energies, Kundalini. and the bold expression of it. It is tied to the archetypal forces that teach beauty and harmony in moderation. It holds the keys to higher levels of consciousness. Rising to a higher level can bring a rapid development of psychic energies. The red tailed hawk helps us in balancing and using those senses appropriately. It teaches the balance necessary to discover our true purpose in life. If you have a red-tailed hawk as a totem, meditation on the 14th tarot card will help you to see how the hawk will lead you to use your creative energies in manifesting your soul purpose. The red of the red tail reflects a greater intensity of energy at play within your life. It reflects an intensity of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual forces. This bird is the catalyst, stimulating hope and new ideas. It reflects a need to be open to new or shows you ways that you may help teach others to be open to the new. To the Pueblo, the red-tailed hawk was known as the red eagle. Its feathers and energies were used in healing ceremonies and for bringing the rains and waters necessary for life. To the Ojibwa, the red-tailed hawk represented leadership, deliberation, and foresight. Hawk is akin to Mercury, the messenger of the gods. Red tail can spread its wings to great width, and it can teach us and you to use your creative energies in the same way. It can extend the vision of your life. The break, the beak, and the talons are always commented upon by observers. They are the most striking features of any hawk, especially the red tail. It is a fearless bird. It will even take on poisonous snakes. It has a scaled leg to help protect it against poisonous bites, and immediately upon grasping its snake prey, it tears off the head. On one of my trips to Colorado, while traveling through Kansas, I was fortunate enough to see a red tail swoop down upon a snake. Within seconds it had it within seconds it had taken flight again, cutting across my path. I could see the head of the snake dangling by just a few threads of skin. It happened so quickly that by the time I realized exactly what I had observed, the red tail had disappeared. Because of the strong energy, the intensified life force activated by this totem, an individual with it must be careful in how they express themselves. There will unfold within you the ability to tear off the heads of any snakes in your life or anyone or anything seen as an enemy. Your comments and actions will be like the hawk's beak and talons, strong, powerful, but with a capability to tear and kill. The feathering of the red tail actually has two phases. Both of these are significant to anyone with this totem. Its feathering is a little lighter during the summer and the darker during the winter. The lighter is often symbolic of more joyful and sociable kinds of energies. The darker phases can reflect a time to be alone or to withdraw a little. The red tail and its color phases also help us to guard against blazing so brightly and intensely that we get burnt out. The sky is the realm of the hawk. Through its flight, its communications with humans and with the greater creator spirit. It awakens our visions and inspires us to a creative life purpose. And that's where we'll leave off right here. Well, keep going. Peace, everyone. Thank you so much, Strawberry Cat. Hi, it's Heart Love. Welcome for reading with us. Animals speak. Learn the language of the animals, the spiritual and magical powers of creatures great and small by Ted Andrews. And I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. Let's keep going. We're at page 155, turning over to page 156. Heron. A heron. Yay. Ted Andrews is such a master. This is the part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. Very peaceful, you know. Stay peaceful in that peaceful light. Yeah. Healing light. That's what we do. Heron. Keynote. For those taking notes, you can go back in the playlist. Aggressive, self-determination, and self-reliance. Cycle of power. The spring. There are many variations of herons, including bitterns and egrets. Storks and cranes should not be confused with them. Herons are part of a group of birds called waders. It is a bird of the marshlands and shallow waters. All waders have similar physical characteristics: long, thin legs, long necks, and sharp bills. These physical characteristics are important to understand for those who have a heron as a totem. Legs enable animals and people to move about the earth. They are symbols of balance, and they represent an ability to progress and evolve. They are symbols of balance and represent an ability to progress and evolve. Also, the longer legs, the deep deeper the water the heron will feed in, the deeper life can be explored. The long, thin legs of the heron reflect that you don't need great, massive pillars to remain stable, but you must be able to stand on your own. Yes. This is especially significant for those with a totem of the great blue heron, as it is a lone hunter. Thank you for the likes and subs. We're pushing for 500, guys. Thank you so much. It's Heart Love. Thank you for reading books. Love to the book lover community. When it feeds, it stands in the water, reflecting a connection to the earth, while implying the exploration of other dimensions on the earth, water element. It is important for anyone with a heron totem to explore various activities and while, yes, and dimensions of Earth. On the surface, this may seem a form of dabbling, but those with Heron totems are wonderfully successful at being the traditional jack of all trades. This ability enables them to follow their own path. Most people will never be able to live the way Heron people do. It is not a structured way and does not seem to have a stability or security to it. It is, though, just a matter of perspective. There is security in Heron medicine, for it gives the ability to do a variety of tasks. If one way doesn't work, then another will. This Heron people seem to inherently know. Heron do not seem to not to need a lot of people in their life, nor do they feel pressure to keep up with the Joneses or be traditional in their life roles. The only time they gather in colonies is during the breeding season. They stand out in their uniqueness and they know how to snatch and take advantage of things and I and ions that the average person would not even bother. The great blue heron is considered the king of the marsh. Although the short eared owl has been known to readjust the heron's viewpoint, it is the tallest of the herons, and when it flies, its head is folded back in a flat S shaped loop. This reflects the innate wisdom of being able to maneuver through life and control its life circumstances. It reflects a need for those with this totem to follow their own innate wisdom and path of self determination. Kudi Jakalia. You know what is best for you, and you should follow it rather than the promptings of others. The great blue heron in flight is powerful, and its legs and head are held in a straight line. It uses a slow stalking stride when hunting. When it spies a fish, it spears its prey with its sharp beak and with quick speed. Again, it reflects an aggressive movement toward opportunities that present themselves. The green heron is actually more of a slate blue, and it has a orange legs, which are distinctive. The color combination reflects an innate balance at living life in its own unique style. It flies silently and is most often seen in flight at night and at dusk. Like all herons, it is a marsh bird. There are distinctive seasonal changes in the color of this bird. The irises of the eyes will turn from yellowish to in bright orange, as will the legs. Meditation on this color will provide a lot of insight as to its role in your life. All right, here's another one of my totems coming up. Let's keep going, right, guys? Yes! Read books, read books, read books. Animal Speak is so good, right? Thank you guys so much. You're really a good reader. Awesome. Peace, peace, everyone. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, all the book readers. Animal Speak. We're in the 10th chapter, the Dictionary of Bird Totems. Going at it. Here we go, another one. One of my favorite totems. That flies. And you'll know why in a second. Here we go. Hummingbird. Who else out there has hummingbird as one of their totems? Awesome! I see the hearts. Love. Hummingbird. Keynote. Keynote. Hummingbird, guys. Tireless joy and the nectar of life. Cycle of power. Daytime. The hummingbird may be the smallest of birds, but it is also the most fascinating. Anyone who has ever seen this tiny bird is filled with a sense of wonder and joy. Its name comes from the vibration of its wings as it flies or hovers. We have all heard how good it is to whistle while we work, but humming is much more effective. It creates an internal massage, restoring health and balance. This, the hummingbird reminds us to do. It reminds us to find joy in what we do and to sing it out. There are over 300 species of hummingbirds. This is very significant. In the Hebrew alphabet, the letter shin is given the numerical value of 300. This has the associations with fire and relationships, the past and the future. As we will see later, this is even reflected in the wing movement of the hummingbird. It has the ability to move its wings in the figure 8 pattern, a symbol for infinity and links to the past and future and the laws of cause and effect. Hummingbirds have long bills and tongues that enable them to extract nectar from flowers. In fact, they could not live without flowers, and many flowers could not live without pollination by hummingbirds. Again, this reflects the mysteries of cause and effect that the hummingbird can teach so that you can extract your own nectar. Hummingbirds have knowledge of how to use flowers for healing. This includes their fragrance, their color, and herbal qualities as well. They can teach you how to draw the life essence from them and create your own medicines, as in the case of the Bach flower remedies and other flower elixirs. They can teach you how to use flowers to heal and win hearts in love. The hummingbird is the most skillful flyer of all birds. It can hover in the air. It can fly backward, forward, and sideways. In fact, it cannot walk. It flies everywhere. It reminds us that if we truly enjoy what we are doing, we become light as a feather, and life is rich with nectar. The hummingbird can reach high speed as it takes off. It can also stop immediately in flight from its high speed. It is such a skillful flyer, and it is not afraid of any predator. Hummingbirds have even been known to chase off eagles. No other bird can fly backwards. This reflects the hummingbird's ability to explore the past and to draw from it the nectars of joy. The hummingbird can help you to find joy and sweetness in any situation. Its swiftness is always a reminder to grab joy while you can, as quickly as you can, because Of its iridescent colors, the hummingbird has been named for jewels and glittering stones, i.e., the ruby-throated hummingbird. It has also come to be associated with the fairy realm. One species has been called the wood nymph hummingbird, and another the purple crowned fairy. The iridescent colors have also caused it to be associated with the rain. More specifically, it is associated often with the rainbow of promise that follows the rain. To the Pueblo Indians, the hummingbird's rainbow coloring, its great strength in flying, and its hovering about flowers has associated with various ritual practices. Prayers, sticks, and ceremonies were used to bring the rain and to help with endurance. Hummingbirds are big eaters, and most of their food is comprised of nectars, sugars, of flowers, although they will also eat tiny insects. The hummingbird may eat 50 to 60 meals a day. Because of its small size and its high degree of activity, it loses body heat quickly, so it must digest food quickly. Individuals with hummingbird totems should watch their own sugar levels. Are you getting too much or too little? Are you hypoglycemic or hyperglycemic? Are you not getting enough sweetness in your life? Are you not savoring the sweet things of your life? Do you have a fast metabolic rate or slower metabolic rate? Hummingbirds are very playful. Even with bathing, they bathe often. They play in the water. They also seem to fight with each other, although no one seems to get hurt. Now, scientists pretty much agree that these are only mock fights for exercise and fun. Hummingbirds are fiercely independent, except when mating. They like to be alone and free, seeming to revel in that freedom. During the mating ritual, the male does anything he can to gain the attention and affection of the female. If the female chooses the mate, she returns the attention. Otherwise, she just flies off. Mother hummingbirds are hard workers. This is necessary, for they receive no help from their mate. She will usually lay 2 eggs. Again, very symbolic. 2 is the number of inner self, the feminine, to which we must give birth, expression, to find our own joy. Hummingbirds are master architects. They build their homes with great care and design. Some are very intricate, but each is unique to itself. If the hummingbird has taken up residence in you, you may wish to redecorate. It may be telling you to do something to create joy in the home. Hummingbirds can also hibernate overnight. The body temperature will lower, its feathers will ruffle up as insulation, and it will assume a state of torpidity. It will appear to have died on its perch. This is done to prevent exhausting the energy supplies necessary for it to live, while allowing it to rest. For those with the hummingbird as a totem, it is important to get regular and deep sleep and rest. It will be necessary that you do not burn yourself out. The ruby-throated hummingbird is a wonder of migration. Every winter, it makes an amazing journey. For several days, it will eat and eat, storing up food and energy in its tiny body. Then it will fly for days and days to get to a warm climate. Some have been known to make a journey 2,500 miles or more, from Alaska to Central America. Scientists still are unsure how it is able to store up enough energy to accomplish such a journey, but it does. And because of it, the hummingbird is a symbol of accomplishing what which seems impossible. It will teach you how to find the miracle of joyful living from your own life circumstances. And that's where we'll pause. Eyes, heart, love. Thank you so much for reading Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Learn the language of the animals. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. Highest heart love. Thank you for reading with us. Ted Andrews, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the likes and subs. Man, highest heart love and honor. Shouts out again to all my friends and family. I love you so much. I love you. Much healing and love, honor. Happy Wednesday. Grocery giveaway today here in South LA. Much love to South LA Cafe. Honor and love, Joe and Celia Ward Wallace. Peace to everyone around the world. Join the word. Thank you for all the readers, book writers, and readers. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Honor and love to you. Peace to my mods. All right. Peace. Highest heart love, everyone. I'll see you soon. Peace.